Hi there, hope you have a fantastic day today. This lesson I will teach you integrations by substitution. Of course, there is a PDF versions on the description below for you to download so you can work with me. Otherwise, let's go straight into it. First one. So if we differentiate this function here, x to the power of 3 minus 1, it will give us 3x squared. So to integrate this, we let u is equal to this function here. So x to the power of 3 minus 1. So x to the power of 3 minus 1. And I differentiate u respect to x, that is du dx. So differentiate this will give me 3x squared. But then I can also write like, so if I times dx on both sides, and I times dx on this side, this cancel out. So in another word, I can just write du is equal to 3x squared dx. So in another word, we have 3x squared here and we times dx. These two combined will give me du because 3x squared times dx is du. So keep that in mind. And now we know that u is equal to x to the power of 3 minus 1. So therefore, let me just write replace with u. So which is equal to integrate. So x power of 3 minus 1 is u. And power of 3 means u to the power of 3. So this is u to the power of 3. And we times du. And we can also write u power of 3 du. So that's all. So now I just integrate u to the power of 3. So we add 1 to 3, become 4. So that is equal to u to the power of 4. And then we divide by 4. And don't forget, we need to add a constant. So there you go. And we know that u is this function here. That is x to the power of 3. So that is equal to x to the power of 3 minus 1 power of 4 divided by 4. Or you can also write as 1 over 4 times that at a c. So there you go. Part B. So again, we let u is equal to this function here because this function power of 7. So we let u is equal to 2x squared plus 6x plus 7. And we differentiate this. So du dx is equal to 4x plus 6. And if you think about it, okay, so if I take the 2 out, 2 is a common factor. So let me just take it out first. So that gives me 2 and 2x plus 3. And of course, this is du dx. But then if I times dx on both sides, so this is dx and this is dx here, and that cancel out. So this is exactly the same as du, 2 lots of brackets, 2x plus 3 dx, right? And we know that this group here is this term together. So what I do now is I just divide by 2 on both sides. Okay, so I divide by 2, divide by 2 here. Cancel. So this means that a half of du is equal to 2x plus 3 times dx. So these two combined, time together, give me a half of du. And we know that this is u. So therefore, it's u power 7 because this is power 7. So now let me just write this down. So this is, so I write this first. This is u and power 7. Integrate u to the power 7. And we times these two together becomes half of du. So which is times by a half of du. Then a half of du, it is exactly the same as I take a half out here and times du. Okay, it is exactly the same. So now what I do, I just integrate u to the power of 7. So we add 1 to 7 become 8. So that is equal to a half. I write this first. And then u to the power of 8 divided by 8. And this is times together. Okay, at a constant. And this is exactly the same as a half times 1/8 u to the power of 8, if you like, at a constant. So half times 1/8 is 1/16. So that is equal to 1/16 u power of 8. But u is 2x squared plus 6x plus 7. So just write this down. So u is 2x squared plus 6x plus 7. And power of 8, we add a constant. So there you go. Part C. So again, because of x squared minus 3 power 4, so we just let u is equal to x squared minus 3. So let u is equal to x squared minus 3. So we differentiate that. So instead of writing u dx, I can just write the u first, become 2x. And then of course, we have dx here. So there you go. Then if you think about it, this is 4x. To make it 4x, we times this by 2 and we times this by 2. So this will give me 2 du is equal to 2 times 2, give me 4. So therefore 4x dx. 4x dx. So in another word, these two times together will give me 2 du. Okay, this combined become 2 du. And then this is u. And power 4 means u's power 4. So that will give me integrate of u power 4 times 2 du. I write like times 2 du. But then remember, this is exactly the same as I can put the 2 in front times du. It just write like this. So it's just easier, that's all. So now I just integrate u to the power 4. So we add 1 to 4, give me 5. So this is exactly the same as 2 times u to the power 5 divided by 5, but I can also write like 1/5, okay, or 1/5, and we add a constant, that is c. So now I just simplify this. So 2 times 1/5 is 2/5. So that becomes 2/5, and u is equal to x squared minus 3. So therefore I bracketed x squared minus 3, but then it's power 5. So therefore power 5, and we add a constant. So there you go. Part D. Again, we know that this is x to the power 3 plus 3x squared minus 5 is power to 7. So therefore, we let u is equal to that, okay? So let u is equal to x to the power 3 plus 3x squared minus 5. And we differentiate this. So du is equal to 3x squared plus 6x, and it is more than one term, so I just open and close brackets. So dx. So what I do now is I can take out the common factor. So because we want to make the functions become x squared plus 2x. So I take the 3 out. So 3 brackets x squared plus 2x. And dx. So there you go. So they are equal. So this is equal to this, right? But then what I do, I divide 3 on both sides. So if I divide this by 3, so that means I divide this by 3, and this is divided by 3. That is du. So I divide by 3. So in another word, so a third du is equal to, that cancel out. So that becomes x squared plus 2x dx. So therefore, we have these two terms together will give me a third du. So this is a third du. And this is u. And power 7, that means u to the power 7. So that will becomes equal to, so integrate u to the power 7, because this is u and power 7. And then times by a third du. So I can write a third here, or I can write a third here if I like. And then this is du. So now I just integrate this. So integrate u to the power 7. So 7 plus 1 is 8. So that becomes a third. I just write this down. So we times u to the power of 8, because 1 plus 7 is 8, and divided by 8 is exactly the same as 1/8, okay? We add a constant. So now what I do, I just simplify this first. A third times 1/8 is 1 over 24. 1 over 24. And then u to the power of 8. And we know u is this function here. So that is brackets. So x to the power 3 plus 3x squared. And then we plus 5. And power of 8, of course. And we need to add a constant. There you go. Please pause the video and try this one yourself. Hi there, I'm back. How did you go? So let me go through them with you, okay? Before I do that, please do not forget to give me a thumb up and subscribe if you haven't done so you can help me to grow my channel. So let's get into it. So first of all, let me just let u is equal to this. Let u is equal to 2x squared minus 5x plus 8. Now I just differentiate that. So du is equal to 4x minus 5. And bracket, of course, because it's more than one term, so it's dx. So what that means is these two terms times together, that will give me du. So we have equal to integrate. So this is u. So therefore u power of 9 and then times by du, because this with this it becomes du. And then now I just integrate this. Now to integrate this, we just go 9 plus 1. That will give me 10 and then we divide by 10. So exactly the same as 110 times u to power of 10. And then we add a constant, don't forget. So now we just replace u is this. So now we just becomes equal to 110 of u, which is 2x squared minus 5x plus 8 and power of 10. And don't forget, we need to add a constant, which is c. So there you go. Part B. So first of all, we're going to let u is x to the power 5 plus 9. So let u is equal to x to the power 5 plus 9. And we differentiate that. So du equal 5 x power 4 dx. Rather than divided by 5 on both sides for this, what I can do, I can also go back to the questions. I can times it by 5 and I divide it by 5. So that here it becomes du. You could also do that as well, okay? So then in here is u. So let me just rewrite this out. So this is exactly the same as 1/5. I write this out and integrate u to the power 5 and then du. Okay, that is exactly the same. Okay, the reason I times 5, so that is same with this du. Okay, because I times by 5, I divide by 5, still give you 1. Remember that. Okay, so now I just integrate this, so that become 1/5, and 5 plus 1 give me 6. So you times by 1 over 6, u to the power of 6, or you can write u to the power of 6 over 6 if you like, and we add a constant. Now what I do is 1/5, I times 1/6, so that give me 1 over 30, and u is x to the power 5 plus 9, so that becomes u is x to the power 5 plus 9, but it's power of 6. Okay, this is power of 6, so we just write 6 down and then we add a constant. So there you go. Part C. So we're gonna let u is equal to this function here, so which is x to the power 5, we minus 2x, and we add 4. So now we differentiate that respect to x. So du is equal to 5 x to the power 4 minus 2, okay, dx. But then here, this function here is actually 3 times these functions. So therefore what I do, I can just times 3 this side, and times 3 on the right hand side become 15 x to the power 4 minus 6, and then this is dx, right? So what I do now is I just replace this with integrations, and this with this function here is du, but it's 3 times that. So what I do, I put the 3 in front, and this is u. So we just write u to the power of 10 and then du. So there you go. Now I just integrate this. So that will give me 3 times u power of 11 divided by 11. So it's just 1 over 11. And we add a constant. So there you go. So that will give me equal to 3 over 11. And u is x to the power of 5 minus 2x plus 4. And then power of 11. We need to add a constant. So there you go. Last one. So again, we let u is equal to 3x squared plus 2x minus 4. We differentiate that. Du equals 6x plus 2 with bracket dx. So what I do now is I can take out the common factor, which is 2 for this, or I can just do a different way. I can just times 2 on this side, and then we times a half here. It's the same manners, okay? So let me just do this method. So you can do whichever method you like. Doesn't really matter, okay? Just keep that in mind for me. So that will give me a half integrate. Now these two combine, okay, we'll times this, will give me this one here, du. Because if you think about it, this time that give me 6x, and this time that give me 2. So 6x plus 2, see, and dx. So that give me du. And this function here is u. So u power 5 du. Now what I do now is I just integrate u to the power 5. So we plus 1 becomes 6. So half, we write it down. We times by u to the power of 6. So we times 1 6, u power of 6. And we add a constant. So now what I do, I simplify and I replace u with 3x squared plus 2x minus 4. So that is equal to 1 over 12. U is 3x squared plus 2x minus 4 power of 6. And don't forget, we need to add a constant, that is c. So there you go. And I hope you got all of them correct. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.